I just looked out my window there, guys, and I had to look twice. I thought it was like some kind of a fog or something at first. It's just this misty blanket of snow, chunky snowflakes that is covering everything. It's swirling around under the lampposts. That is absolutely beautiful. And that's the best thing about when it snows during the night or at the early hours like this, because you know that it's going to lay fresh and there's not going to be any tire marks or footprints. So it's going to be like a beautiful blanket. Oh, you can hear that winter. Can you hear that sort of an Arctic winter wind? That's beautiful. Since the start of all these storms, Scotland's never had the snow. I'm getting snowflakes blowing in my room, landing on me. We've never had the snow so far. Well, not around these parts. It's only been up the north where all the mountains and stuff are. We've got hills over there you can't see right now because of the fog and the mist, but that protects us from a lot of severe weather. That's how the snow always lands in the hills and they're white, but everything else doesn't get snow because the hills have shielded us from it. Unless it gets really bad, like the snowstorm a couple of the Beast from the East or 2010, then the hills can't shield, they can only shield you from so much, but when it gets past a certain point. It kind of looks like it's dying off a bit now, which will be quite a shame. I just love it when it falls over lights and you see how, I hope you can see how thick the snowflakes are. It's just like perfect white blanket of snow in them garages down there and on the rooftops there. I think it's dying off now, unfortunately, but it might come back. It's just majestic watching it under the street lamps like that, kind of blowing around, swirling around. Getting quite blizzard-like actually. I've got a feeling this is going to get much worse. You see the close-up snowflakes just getting blown out. Yeah, you see they're starting to get, if I turn my exposure up, they're starting to get blown over this way now as well. That is beautiful though. It really is. I think it's letting up, but I'll come back if it picks up again. I'm glad I got this anyway. It's very peaceful. That northern cold wind blowing, and it's very cold, it's freezing, but it's very peaceful. If I didn't feel the cold so easily, I could easily sit at this window all night and just film and watch with it open, but I feel the cold so easily, even when it's not cold, so. And I got soaked earlier. I got caught in a little bit of the storm twice when I was out shopping, so I shouldn't really be exposing myself to any more cold. You can see it better now coming back. So it's all going in the wind, coming in the window. It is, it's getting blizzard, like it's actually starting to blow towards me, like in my face. You can see it falling over the lights over there as well. Beautiful. It would be nice to have some lovely snow to... We never really saw any, we haven't saw any since last year, so... It just usually comes, snows for about 5 minutes if it's really cold, turns back to hail and sleet and it disappears. It doesn't lie like this. I haven't seen it lie like this since last year, so... I don't know what the temperature is, it must be minus something out there for it to be snowing. And maybe this is it, maybe this is central Scotland getting the start of the worst of it, but... It looks beautiful, so... Every cloud and all that. I'll come back if it picks up again. Looks like the street lamps are firing out sparks. Yeah, so if it keeps going, I'll wrap myself up a bit and I'll come back to the window in a little while and film some more. And try and catch a few. It's lovely being able to see all down those streets like you would have done, like you see in those little postcards when it's Christmas time and you see all the little streets and the street lamps. This bit here is particularly, because that light's shining on it on the outside of the building, you can it really defines it a lot more. Alright, we'll see what happens with this, guys.